Hello everyone, my name is Brian Nichols and welcome back to another one of my MMA event previews. Today we're going to preview the UFC pay-per-view going on this weekend, which is UFC 248. It is taking place March 7th, 2020 in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the main event is Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero for the middleweight UFC title. And then the co-main, we have Zhang Weili. She is defending her belt for the first time against previous champ, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, for the women's strawweight title. So, not a super stacked card, but there are some. We got the two title fights at the top of the card, as well as we have some veteran fights coming up and some fighters that have been out for a little bit. So, should be a good night of fights on Saturday. Looking forward to it. Obviously, the main event is going to be goddamn fireworks, so I'm excited. I can't help it. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing great. I've been having a great week. Actually, I just got in the mail today. I don't know if you can see it right over there. I got an XFL T-shirt in the mail, and you see it. I got a St. Louis Battlehawks XFL T-shirt. Man, if you guys haven't been watching, obviously it's not MMA related, but I do like watching football in the NFL, and I've been trying to keep tabs on XFL, and I've been watching it for the past, I want to say 3 weeks straight, and I really like it. It's just it's a breath of fresh air in football, and I like what they're doing, and I want to support it, so I bought an XFL shirt and a St. Louis Battlehawks. Even though I'm not really from Kansas City, I've been here for 5 years, and it's not because St. Louis is the closest team, but I just like how that team plays, and I don't know, I really like it, so I'm going to keep watching it. I think I'm going to support the Battlehawks after kind of watching all the teams. I kind of like how the Battlehawks play, and yeah. So anyways, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great as well. Also, keynote, I'd like to do, I want to say 2 more videos maybe this week if I could squeak them in. Number 1, Invicta has an event going on this Friday, which is tomorrow, March 6th, and that's actually their third tournament style night, which is what they call their Phoenix series, where they have in the first round, all the fighters only fight 1 round. In the second round, they fight another 1-round fight, and then the main event, which is the finals, will be a 3-round fight, and whoever wins that wins the tournament. And what's interesting is, I don't know about both previous tournament winners, but one of the tournament winners is now in the UFC. So winning this tournament could be huge for any of the women in Invicta. So that's taking place tomorrow. Again, it's here in Kansas City. I might go to it. I'm gonna make another video on that, I think, today. So keep an eye on that. And then I want to make another video of hot topics that are going on. And tell you what, they just announced some banger fights that's coming up, and I want to make a quick video about that. But anyways, let's get to what we're supposed to talk about today, and that is UFC 248. All right, transition over to UFC.com. Excuse me, .com. Obviously, we got the main card, prelims, early prelims. These are all the fights. I'm going to switch over to Tapology to discuss them all. But let's start with, and I also have the rankings here just in case I need them to discuss that. We'll move that over my other screen. All right, so let's talk about that main event again. Israel Adesanya, Yoel Romero, main event, middleweight title, 185 pounds. Let's go. Let's talk about the mindset of our new middleweight champion. Obviously, Israel Adesanya just defeated in his last fight Robert Whittaker via stoppage. A great fight for Israel. And I was trying to think earlier today, like, what champions in the UFC have we had where they become champion and the first thing they say is, you know what? Let's fight the scariest, baddest motherfucker in the division. Like, I think I've heard him say that, but I've never heard him come out, like, literally after winning the title and saying, okay, who's the scariest motherfucker? Like, who have I not fought in this division? Oh, that guy, Yoel Romero? Let's do it. Like, I feel like most of the time they become champ, and then, like, let's say a fighter becomes champion, they win a title, and then Joe Rogan or whoever interviews him after, or even after the, after the press, or the press interviews them, and they're always like, well, I want to go back and talk options, which is completely understandable. You don't hear them. You'll hear some of them maybe say, you know what, I want, he's like, come get it, motherfuckers, like things like that. But nobody really calls out one person. And if they do, it's usually the number one, number two. Israel is literally calling out the toughest fucking fight we think there is in the division for him. At least I think. Like, maybe not the toughest. I don't know. Yoel Romero is just a fucking beast. And props to Israel. This is the shit I want to see out of UFC champions. Become UFC champ, just say, all right, who does everybody think I'm going to lose to? Who's the scariest dude in the division? That guy? Like, who? Fuck rankings. Let's go. Let's fight that guy. Like, that shit's exciting. Which I hate saying that because we got to keep a pecking order. We got to keep the rankings. But maybe just say, if you're in the top 5 and you're fucking scary, like, let's do it. So, I know in boxing, usually the champions are able to, and their management, of course, are able to pick and choose fights, pick a couple cans. They'll take a couple cans and then fight a really good fight. We're here, like, literally Israel's first middleweight defense. He's fighting Yoel fucking Romero. Like, soldier of God, let's go. Like, I'm pumped. I've yet to watch the Embeddeds. I need to watch that still, as well as the other series they do. I'm forgetting the name of it, but I'm excited. What does this do for Israel? Obviously, doesn't make him the best middleweight ever, but I tell you what, it's putting him in the line of craziest fucking UFC champion. Like, what's he gonna do after Yoel Romero? If he beats Yoel, was he gonna fight Costa after this? Like, murderer's row, man. Like, it's exciting to be a UFC fan. I mean, look again. I have the rankings up over here, but we have Whitaker 1, Costa 2, Romero 3. And then Jared Cannonier 4, Darren Till 5, Jack Hermanson, who I think he's fighting. I want to say he's fighting Chris Weidman, I think, coming up next. Don't mind me, I have my back scratcher. And so, man, if Israel beats Yoel Romero, like, what's next? Costa? And then maybe Cannonier? Like, holy shit. And then Kelvin Gastelum, he's number 7. Like, I feel like that was Israel's toughest fight so far. He had to dig fucking deep, and Kelvin's number 7 now. Like, middleweight is doing really well right now. I know a lot of people talk about the lightweight division and welterweight division. Like, middleweight division's fucking on fire right now too. You can't forget about that. So, I'm excited. Israel Adesanya again being undefeated. Looking forward to that. Yoel Romero, what's it going to do for him? Honestly, before we even go any further and talk about Yoel, let's just pray to the MMA gods he makes weight. I wanted to say Yoel talked to Ariel or something earlier this week and said the weight was basically on point. I really hope so. I think it was 190 something. So I really hope he makes weight. Because what? Is he... I want to say he missed weight twice for a title fight, if I remember correctly, because he fought Whitaker twice, and then once against Luke for titles. I want to say 2 of those 3 he missed weight, if I recall. So let's hope he makes weight. Number 1, number 2. That would suck. 2 weeks back to back main event for titles, and one of the fighters. Oh well, I guess last week they were both challengers, but the challenger 1 week and then the challenger next week not making weight. That would suck. But yeah, this would put a cherry on Yoel Romero's career. Like, he's only 13-4. Excuse me. Now, what is Romero going to do if he wins a belt? Is he going to defend that? Is he going to retire? Like, what's he going to do? He's what, 40? Let's see his age. Is he 41? 42? He is 42, and he's fucking fighting for the middleweight belt. Insane, dude. And his record hasn't even been that great lately. Like, his last 2 fights in UFC, Whitaker lost, Costa lost. Before that, he beat Rockhold again for actually, think about it. Actually, look at this. Title fight, and then he didn't have a title fight, so that was only 3-rounder against Paulo Costa, and then another title fight. So this is his 4th shot at getting a belt. So that'll be great for Yoel. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm excited for the main event. Let's talk about co-main. Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Weili Zhang I feel like she just bursts on the scene and just bulldozed Andrade. I'm really glad she got her visa issues taken care of with the whole coronavirus shit. And I'm really excited for this fight. Joanna, I feel like Joanna will put a pace on Weili Zhang, but I don't know if Weili Zhang, maybe Weili Zhang's going to be able to put, like line up some damage on Joanna, and then that'll slow down Joanna more than normal. And, I'm really excited for that fight, too. It's either going to go all 5 rounds, and Joanna's going to, do what she does best, pick her shots. I don't think she'd finish her. Let's see, how many fights have Joanna actually finished out of her 16 wins? Usually has it down here. Wins, losses. So out of 16 wins, 11 of them are decision. So I'm going to assume if she wins, it's going to be by decision. Whereas Weili Zhang, she has 20 wins. Half of them are KO, TKO, and 7 are submissions. So 17 of the 20 are finishes. So if Weili Zhang wins, I'm assuming it's going to be finish. I think she's going to put it in Joanna. If I had to pick, I'd have to stick with Joanna, only because she's been the champ for, I want to say, 10 UFC title fights, and now Weili Zhang is going to have to defend it for the first time against Joanna. Like, damn, talk about your first. Dude, both Israel and Weili Zhang, their very first title defense, like, are against motherfuckers in their divisions. Like, great fight. I'm super excited for that. If Joanna wins, obviously, she's just going to possibly go on another tear. Like, who's going to beat her unless Rose comes back up and fights her again? But I think Rose is fighting Andrade on the Khabib card, if I remember correctly. And then if Weili Zhang wins, maybe she'll fight Rose. I think they said they offered Rose the fight, but she declined it or something. I can't remember. I could be incorrect about that. Excuse me. I still have this stupid cough, man. So, co-main event, I'm excited for that. Before that, we got Beneil Dariush and Drakkar Klose at 155. Beneil Dariush, he's doing pretty well. I mean, he's got a couple losses here and there recently, but he's on a good little streak right now. He fought Thiago Moises, Drew Dober, and Frank Camacho, and he's got those 3 wins. I think Drew Dober is a legit prospect. I feel like he has a lot of work to go still, but I still think Drew Dober, like, I stand by that. Like, Drew Dober is a good prospect, like almost a dark horse. He's working his way up. So he was able to beat him, and now he's fighting Drakkar Klose. And if you look at Drakkar Klose's record, yeah, his last fight he lost was a unanimous decision in 2017. So it's been 3 years. Since then, he fought Lando Venata, Bobby Green, and Christos Giagos. And looks like they were supposed to fight last year. What is that, July? Dariush had an injury. That was 07-13. Did Beneil have a fight since then? Yes, he did. He fought Frank Camacho. So that fight should be really good. Looking forward to that. Next below that, we have Neil Magny coming back, fighting Jinglong Li. I can never say his name exactly right. I want to say, is it the Leech? Yeah. The only, people have been talking shit about Lee only because, and which is rightfully so, in his fight, was it his last fight? Or no, I think it was the Jake Matthews fight. You could literally see it, like he was on the ground grappling with Jake, and he was almost basically putting his fingers in his eyes, like trying to get out of, I don't know if it was a submission or just in a position they were in. There was no submission. He was just trying to get out, and he was literally just sticking his hands in the eyes, and I don't think the ref noticed. And so a lot of people dislike the Leech right now, which is, I don't know if he even said that he did it or said sorry or anything like that. Like, pretty fucked, but... And then we have Neil Magny coming back. If I remember correctly, let's see. Yeah, his last fight was the end of 2018. So 2019. So about a year and, 4 months since his last fight when he fought Santiago Ponzinibbio. Like, fuck. Like, Santiago is fucking up there right now. And then he was supposed to fight Vicente Luque midway through the year. And what happened? Oh, that's right. Neil Magny got flagged. I completely forgot about that. Shit. So that's another reason why Neil was out for a while. I thought he got injured, but maybe not. Magny rebooked. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Neil Magny's been out for a while, so hopefully he's got all that jazz taken care of and comes back and has a good fight against the Leech. Fight before that, we have Alex Oliveira, the Brazilian cowboy. He's taking on Max Griffin. Alex Oliveira, he's always such a fun fight to watch. Like, I'm always, I always enjoy his fights, win or lose, and that's the unfortunate thing. Looking at his record right now, he has 3 losses in a row. Like, he's lost to Gunnar Nelson, lost to Mike Perry, and lost to Nicholas Dalby. And then now he's fighting Max Griffin. I know he's super exciting. What's his record? 28-1. I think the UFC might this might be the chopping block for Alex Oliveira. Like, I wish the UFC would give him another shot, but the average is like 3 losses in a row and you're cut. He's already got 3, so this is the 4th one. If he loses this, I could see the UFC getting rid of him, which sucks because he's so fun to watch. Whereas Max Griffin, I think he has a lot of losses right now too. Yeah, so unfortunately for him, he's got a loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss. It's like in his last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights, he's 3-5. In his last 4, he's 1-3. Like, let's see, does his fights mostly go to decision? 7, 2, and 6. It's kind of mixed, kind of half and half. But I know Max Griffin was, I think he was going to lose to, was it Mike Perry? Everybody thought Mike Perry was going to beat him, and then Max came back and won. But, yeah, that was a fun fight, and Max Griffin fucking brings it every time, too. So they're both going to fucking bring it for that fight. I'm excited, win or lose. It's going to suck because, honestly, either of them could get tossed by the UFC, unfortunately, after this. So we'll see. And then on the prelims, we got Jose Quinos. He's fighting Sean O'Malley. Oh, I'm not going to go over every single fight going down the prelims, but because I want to speed this up just a tad. But I'm looking forward to seeing Sean O'Malley. Obviously, I think Sean O'Malley's been out, 2 years now? Let's see his last fight. He lost, because he did some grappling in Quintet. But his last MMA fight was, Andre. And that was, early 2018. So literally over 2 years since an MMA fight. And it looks like he was supposed to fight Jose back in 2018 and never happened. So now they're going to do it now. So super excited for that. He's, 10-0. And then Jose is 8-3. Super excited for that. A lot of people are fucking hyped for Sean O'Malley. I know he went on Joe Rogan's podcast. Did he go on twice, I think? At least once, maybe twice. And then he's trying to, I think he streams like video games on Twitch. And I know he does a lot of recreational things on the side, you know what I mean? Obviously with the old USADA knocking on the door. So I'm super excited for this fight. Sean O'Malley's just a fun fucking fighter to watch. So another great fight to keep your eye on. Fight before that, Marco Madsen. He's that guy from, I want to say Denmark, who's the Olympian from Denmark. Yeah, this should be his second fight if I remember correctly. Yes, he came in and it was like short notice if I remember correctly, and he kind of got tired. But with his wrestling, I feel like it would be the easiest route to win these fights. And so against Austin Hubbard. I mean, Austin Hubbard, I don't know too much about him. 11-3. How many UFC fights has he had? He's had 2 fights, and before that he was an LFA, caged. So he's got some experience under his belt. But Marco Madsen just looks like not a super beast, but he looks pretty good. So we'll see how that fight goes. Don't know much about these guys. Darren Wynn and Gerald Mershart. I can never say that right. Darren Wynn, he's like supposedly the protege to Daniel Cormier, 6-1. Dude, this dude's an enigma. He's, I think, 5'6". Yes, he's 5'6", and he fights at 188. Like, there's some dudes that fight at like flyweight at 125 pounds that are 5'6". Even maybe not. Well, I would say definitely at flyweight, if not fucking bantamweight, 5'6", weighing 135. And this dude's doing 188, which is above middleweight, so he couldn't even make middleweight in his last fight. So I don't know if it's his frame. Maybe that's why he can't get down. Like, maybe do 155, but that'd be 30 pounds. If he can't make 185, how the hell is he going to make 155? But I think this is his second UFC fight. No, third. Wow, he fought in the Liddell versus Ortiz 3 thing? Oh my god, he did. Wow. I did not know that. Ha! And he fought Tom Lawler. Wow. Yeah. he looks, the dude looks like a beast. He looks like his wrestling, like I can see he's trying to put shit together. I feel like from what I've seen, it looks like he thinks a little, like obviously he has the reactions. He's quick, he's powerful. It just looks like sometimes he thinks a little too much and he doesn't pull the trigger. But obviously he's only 6-1, so he's still young in his career. So I think he'll be able to clean that up over time. So I'm excited for that fight to see how Darren does against Gerald. This fight, see any other fights after this? No, this will be the last one I'll talk about. Emily Whitmire and Poliana Viana. Emily Whitmire, 4-3. She's almost a 0.5 record. Like, she likes to bring it. She does good, but man, I don't know. If she loses this fight, I could totally see the UFC letting her go. Whereas Poliana Viana, again, 3 losses in a row, dude. One more, either of them. I think on this card, Emily Whitmire versus Poliana Viana, that fight, and where'd the other fight go? Alex Oliveira and Max Griffin. Between those 2 fights, we could definitely see whoever loses both of those fights go home and have to, pick up the old bootstraps and try another promotion and maybe work their way back. But it could definitely happen. So makes it interesting. Man. So either way, that's all I wanted to go over for the UFC 248 event coming up this weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good time. Have a good night. I was going to have some friends over, but I think I might not. I think I'm just going to enjoy this one on my own. So again, thanks for watching. Hope everybody enjoys the fights. I know I'm going to. Let's see. I'm probably going to link some of my videos up on this side. And then if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, of course. If you liked the video, I appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know who you think. Tell me this in the comments. Do you think Romero's going to miss weight? Like, I want to believe he's not going to miss weight. Almost like with Tony Ferguson and Khabib, like, you wanna think good thoughts. You don't want that fight to fucking fall through again. Same thing, Yoel. I want the dude to make weight. I want to have this as a straight title fight. So I don't want to jinx us, but tell me in the comments, percentage. What's your percentage that Yoel is going to make this? In my mind, think about it. If he's already out of 3 of them, he's 66% failed right now. So if he fails this one as well, that'd be 75% of the time he can't make 185. I haven't looked it up, but I should have looked up what other fights other than title fights did he miss weight. I want to say I know of at least one that he didn't make weight. That was a normal fight, not a title fight. And so yeah, let me know in the comments. What's your thoughts on Yoel? You think he'll miss weight? I don't know. We'll see. So thanks again for watching. Again, let me know in the comments, and have a good night. Talk to you next time. Peace.